Regardless of all the noise, nobody has ever doubted how talented of a prospect that Ace Bailey is, and with just 2 Summer League games under his belt, Ace is already proving that his game is going to most likely translate very well to the next level. Now, when looking at Ace's skill set, the first thing we have to go over is his spot-up shooting. Standing at 6'7", Ace has both a quick release and smooth mechanics off the catch, always having his feet set and getting the ball up into his shot in one fluid motion. And he's already got the notorious no-dip shot in his bag, where he catches the ball above his shoulders and gets the ball up to his set point without dipping the ball. And then along with that quick trigger, Ace also has the footwork to shoot on the move. Watch him on this play shift up to catch this pass, and notice how quickly off the catch he gets his feet set underneath the ball to fire. Again, when spotting up, I think Ace checks all the boxes, and I would argue that's the biggest reason why Utah drafted him. Over the past 5 years, the Jazz have been running a 5-out space and pace offense, with lots of driving, screening, and cutting off the ball. But the foundation for this play style lays with spreading the floor with 5 shooters on the perimeter. And while the Jazz statistically did crank up a lot of threes last year, at the same time their efficiency was pretty low. And because the defense did not respect Utah shooters on the perimeter, that gave them a license to slide down and provide extra help in the lane. Look how Julius Randle here on the weak side is going to rotate down to give extra help as Keontae George turns the corner off the screen. And from here, he has no problem recovering back and running his man off the line. Now imagine if we have Ace Bailey spotting up in the opposite corner. From here, there's simply no way Randle can recover back out and take away that shot. And with just 2 Summer League games, we've already seen the effect that Ace has by just spotting up in the corner, where that gravity pulls the help side out of the paint, giving his teammates more space to play with. And things like this may seem small, but the impact is actually really big. Now with the ball in his hands, Ace does have the tools to create his own shot off the dribble. He's comfortable elevating going both right and left, and he does have the pace and footwork to create separation in a variety of ways. Plus, Utah has also been comfortable throwing the ball down to him in the mid-post and letting him create his own shot one-on-one. And while many of these looks have been misses, I still think he has a pretty effective process from these spots, having good patience, control, and using that lift to find the shooting windows. But Ace being able to create his own shot from 3 and the mid-range can be a double-edged sword, because while he does have the toolkit to create his own look, he also commonly forces up tough pull-ups early in the shot clock, regardless of how the defense is playing him or what the flow of the game is. Take this play for example. Utah is going to clear out one side of the floor to let him work. And with the ball side corner empty, plus the defense stepping up and pressuring him, Ace has all the space to his left to rip into, but he elects to pound the ball and separate for a tough contested step back. With the ball, I also think he plays with a predetermined mindset, as opposed to reading the floor and taking what the defense gives him. We'll see him here sizing up his man at the slot, but as he's playing with the ball, look how deep this help defender is sitting in gap. And Ace doesn't look to pass the ball until after he's picked up his dribble, which gives this defender plenty of time to rotate back. Now I think most of this comes down to experience. Throughout his young career, Ace has pretty much always had the green light to take whatever shot he can find. But at the next level, he's going to have to play more patient and let the best look find him. And because he already has an elite build and skill set, I think less is going to be more for him going forward. Now off the dribble, Ace also has the handle to put together moves and break his man down off the dribble. And while many of these drives may appear to be reckless and sloppy, I still think he has the foundation to be a really good slasher down the line. That outside shooting forces the defense to step out and meet him with the ball, and Ace does have the footwork and ball control to hit some pretty effective moves. This right here is low-key pretty advanced, where Ace is going to catch and turn to his man, and watch him pound the ball and transfer his weight to his left foot, which shifts the defense out of his stance and sets up this driving angle. Now obviously in the paint, Ace is going to have to be more patient and physical to score against NBA length. But this is another part of his game that I see him developing as time goes on. Now, another big staple in Utah's offense has been these off-ball screening actions, where they commonly set pin downs and flare screens off the ball, which either forces breakdowns or frees up space for the ball handler. And I think Ace's blend of shot making, footwork, and ball skills will make him a nightmare to deal with off these actions, where he can catch and elevate if he gets too much breathing room, or use his dribble to attack into open space off the catch.
Off that three-point line as well.
So while Ace has a ton of room for improvement with how he reads the game and picks his spots, I still think he's going to give Utah a big scoring punch off the ball. He's already a great spot-up shooter, he can work off different screening actions, plus he has the potential to be an elite 3-level scorer down the line. And then another overlooked part of his game is how active he is on the offensive glass. Again, Ace is an athletic 6'7" wing who has the motor to scrap 4 second chance points. Plus, all those physical tools makes him a very effective play finisher. Now, when switching over and looking at Bailey's defense, I for the most part have nothing but positive things to say. First, on the perimeter, Ace has really quick feet, where he's comfortable stepping out to both pressure and contain the ball, and that combined with his height and length simply makes it really difficult to get shots or passes by him. And when defending the ball out in open space, he's been able to hold his own pretty well against a variety of matchups, by again moving his feet and funneling the offense into difficult off-the-dribble jumpers. And even if his man is initially able to get a step past him, that length still plays a big factor around the basket. We'll see him here get beat on this closeout. But from here, Ace has the mobility and timing to swap this finish in the paint. Now, while Ace has really good footwork on the ball, there's still many possessions where he gets a little bit too handsy, where instead of moving his feet and keeping himself squared up, he instead extends out with his arms, which either gives the ball handler an angle or leads to fouls. And obviously, when defending elite on-ball scorers in the game today, keeping yourself vertical and moving your feet is a must. And there are many plays where I think Ace initially plays good defense, but he briefly loses focus by swiping down or selling out for basic shot fakes. But outside of those typical rookie flaws, I think Ace is going to quickly become a really good wing defender. He has great length on the ball, he can move his feet well, and from what I've seen for the most part, he gives really good effort. And then pretty much all those tools carry over to his defense off the ball, where to be honest, I'm actually pretty surprised with how aware Bailey has been in gap and on the weak side. First, he's been on point with all his rotations. In gap, he's great at digging down to stop the ball, to then shift back out to his man. And then on the weak side, he's always early on those backside shifts. Watch him here stunt down to help on the big rolling, to then scramble out and give a great contest to his man in the corner. And again, because Ace already has great mobility and size, pretty much everything for him off the ball comes down to him being disciplined and aware. And from what I've seen so far, he's got all that in spades. I love this play here, where Utah gets caught with 2 players on the ball, which then forces Walter Clayton above the nail to rotate over and take the next pass. But notice how Bailey, 2 passes away, is quick to rotate up to the wing. So outside of Bailey occasionally getting greedy hunting for steals, I think he's a pretty complete defender. And I think he's going to immediately be a positive for Utah on that side of the ball. And that combined with the juice that he already has on offense will make him very effective in his rookie year. Obviously, the decision making and feel has to get better, but I still think Ace Bailey is going to quickly have a positive impact on both sides of the ball. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who the kids should break down next. The kids here.